Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we are going to clear one of the most common doubt in Power BI, that is what is difference between a calculated column and a measure. We will not just define them but also understand how they work differently using a real world business scenario. Let's consider this. You are given a data set with the following columns: product ID, product name, unit, price, and quantity sold. Now suppose you are asked to find which product had the highest and lowest total sales. The challenge is sales data is not directly available in our data set. So how do we proceed? If there are 20 products, we might calculate it manually by multiplying the unit price and a quantity sold. But imagine if this list has thousands of products. Clearly, manual analysis isn't practical. That's where Power BI steps in, and we use DAX to create calculated column that helps us. Let's add a new column to calculate total sales per product. For this, select table and right click and click on new measure, or just click on modeling and click new column. Now name the column as sales, and for calculating sales value we have to multiply product price and the quantity sold. And just click on commit, and you will see a new column is added to your table that shows total sales per product. Let's add it to our table. Just select sales. This is called a calculated column because it is computed row by row for every entry in the table, and it become part of your data model. So its exact definition will be like a calculated column is created using DAX, works similar to Excel formulas, and store value for each row in the model. Now I hope you understand what exactly a calculated column is. Now that we calculate sales, let's move to our goal, and that is finding minimum and maximum sales value. Now we have a sales for each product. We can easily calculate the minimum and maximum sale value. For this I will create a new table measure to organize all my measure into a separate table for better model structure. To create one, just simply go to modeling tab and click on new table, and I'm going to name this table as a measure and just commit. Now all our DAX measure live inside this table. Let's create two new measures, that is minimum sales and maximum sale, and just simply click on new measure and rename this as a min sale. For calculating min, for finding minimum value, just simply write min and select the column. Here we have to find the minimum sales value, so we will select sales column. Now we will create one more for maximum sale. Name this one as a max sale, and for finding maximum value, just simply write max and again select the sales column. So these measure will now give you the smallest and largest sales value across all product. Let's add to our dashboard. Just select card view, and create another one, and here I will drag the minimum value and here maximum value. So now we have successfully created both the measures. Minimum sales shows the lowest product sale in the data set, and maximum sales shows the highest product sale. With this we are done with the task from our scenario, that is finding the product with minimum and maximum sales, even though the original data didn't directly contain a sales column. Now let's understand what a measure actually is. A measure is a DAX formula used to perform calculation on aggregated data. It is not stored in the table and it is calculated on demand based on the filter applied in visual or reports. So I hope now you clearly understand what a calculated column is and what a measure is, and the key difference between the two with real world use case. So here is the tabular difference between two. You can pause the video and read the difference. Now that we have understood both calculated columns and measures, let's answer one of the most important questions in Power BI. When should you use calculated column and when should you use a measure? Let's break it down. Use a calculated column when you need to create a new field at a row level in your table. For example, if you want to calculate sales, for this we have to multiply unit price and quantity sold and store that value for each row. A calculated column is the right choice. You also need a calculated column when you want to use it in slicers, filters and visual grouping, or when you are defining relationship between tables. But remember, calculated columns increase the size of your data model since the values are stored physically. Now let's talk about the measure. Use a measure when you want to summarize or aggregate data, especially in visuals like cards, charts, and KPIs. For example, if you want to calculate total sales, average profit, minimum and maximum sales across product, you should go with a measure. Measures are not stored in your table, calculated dynamically, and they respond to filter and slicer automatically. This makes them much more efficient for reporting and dashboarding. So to summarize, if you need a value for every row and want to use it in your table like a regular column, use a calculated column. And if you want to show totals, averages, minimum and maximum or other summary level data in visuals, use measure. So the choice depends on what you are trying to achieve. If you need row level data, go for the calculated column. If you are analyzing or summarizing, use a measure. Use them wisely based on your data size, report goals and performance need. I hope this clears your doubt about calculated columns versus DAX measure. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.